Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, hello, how are you? Let's start today's video with a game called Are You a High Value Woman or Man? I am going to ask you 4 questions, and depending on your answer, we are going to figure out if you are a high value woman or a high value man. So let's get started. So first question. Do you have a lineup of top tier high value men or women who chase after you, but you do not give them the time of day? And what I mean by high value is that someone who has a lot of options, but they still decide to choose you. Okay, so next question. This one is mostly for the ladies, but it can also apply to men as well. We just have to switch it up a little bit. But let me just ask the question first. So ladies, do you keep your nails done 24/7? You always have your nails done, you never have a nail broken, everything looks good? And for guys, if you have facial hair, do you keep your facial hair groomed every single day, 24/7? Is your hair always cut and trimmed nicely? You always have a nice lineup? Answer yes or no so we can move on to the next question. So now I want you to picture what a pretty elegant lady looks like to you, or picture what an elegant man looks like to you. Ask yourself, do I dress like this person that I'm picturing? Yes or no, you know the drill. And now let's move on to the final question. Okay, so the final question is, are you genuinely happy with your life? So this means that you have nothing going wrong in your life. You're not sad, you're not angry, you're not jealous. You're just perfect 24/7 and always happy. So just answer this question and we will find out whether you are a high value woman or a high value man. If you have answered yes to every single question, not just one, not just two, but all of them, congratulations, you are indeed a high value person. However, if you have answered no to even just one question, I hate to break it to you, but you are not a high value person. Sorry. But thanks for playing that little game, which I thought would be a perfect segue into today's video, which is all about the high value woman and high value man community. So I don't know if you can tell, but I am a woman, so I am going to be focusing on what it means to be a high value woman in this video, and just talking about this community. However, most things that I'm saying in this video can still be applied to men as well. But I am really excited to get into today's video, and let's just see if this community is, simply a community meant to empower women, or is it giving cult vibes? Let's get into it. Yeah. And can I just say that ever since I started taking YouTube more seriously, I have seen so much growth, which I am so grateful for. However, this journey has made me increasingly aware of how important it is to protect yourself online. Safeguarding all of my accounts and preventing any potential attempts to hack my computer has become a top priority for me. To enhance my online security, I have turned to CyberGhost VPN. A VPN, or a virtual private network, is a technology that creates a secure and encrypted connection over the internet. It allows users to access the internet as if they were connected to a private network, even when they are using a public network. By using CyberGhost VPN, your online presence transforms into a secret agent, navigating a secure VPN tunnel while concealing your IP address and encrypting your data for maximum security. CyberGhost VPN allows you to break through geo-restrictions on platforms like YouTube and other social media platforms. You can also grab better deals online and play region-blocked games, and also safeguard your identity by keeping your data encrypted. You can also unlock content on over 40 different streaming services such as Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Disney+, and so much more. Compatible across Windows, Mac OS, Android, and iOS, CyberGhost VPN offers online freedom for up to 7 devices. And just for $2.03 per month, plus a bonus of 4 months for free, you get an 84% discount by using CyberGhost VPN. You can check the pinned comment down below, or also the first line in the description box, to start your journey to online freedom. And now let's get back into the high value woman community. Let's get back into the video and let's discuss everything high value. So I think we can all agree that I should start this video off by explaining exactly what a high value woman is. I have seen a lot of people share their own problematic takes on what it means to be a high level individual, so we are going to explore that in this section. As I mentioned earlier, I am focusing on women, but basically everything we are going to talk about can also be applied to men. So let's get into it. Yeah. Okay, so when you search up high value woman meaning on Google, this is the first thing that comes up. According to pop culture, a high value woman is described as someone who has high self-esteem. She knows her worth and she stands up for herself. A high value woman embraces her femininity, so she's intuitive, nurturing, creative, and empathetic. Okay, so nothing too crazy with that definition, but let's keep reading what they have to say. A high value woman also has a high level of emotional intelligence. She knows how to manage her emotions, and she always holds herself accountable for her actions. When a high value woman enters a room, she exudes feminine energy. She catches everyone's attention. She's the kind of woman who people aspire to be or aspire to be with. A high value woman possesses confidence, ambition, respect, and compassion. And this is not my definition, this is what's on the internet. And since I keep bringing up feminine energy, I thought I would just give you guys a definition of what I mean by that. Divine feminine energy is a spiritual and cultural concept embodying qualities associated with femininity, such as intuition, empathy, nurturing, creativity, and interconnectedness. It is important to note that the concept of feminine energy is subjective and it varies across different belief systems and cultural perspectives. But it's used as a way to embrace and explore a spectrum of human qualities that go beyond traditional gender norms. So you don't have to be a woman or you don't have to identify as a woman to exhibit feminine energy. And I feel like we all have a mix of feminine and masculine energy within us. No one is completely one or the other, but to be a high value woman, it seems like they are really preaching that you have to embrace your feminine energy only. And to me, that's already the first thing that's problematic, but we're gonna talk about that. And when talking about masculine and feminine energies, I don't necessarily like using those terms anymore, just because I feel like it boxes us into gender stereotypes. The discussion of feminine and masculine energies at first started off pretty good. When we first started talking about this term, like, it was cool. Like, I feel like it allowed everyone to embrace both sides. But now that so much people who are quite problematic have added their 2 cents into the mix, I just feel like this feminine and masculine energy conversation, it's just tainted now. Even though as a man you can have feminine energy and as a woman you can have masculine energy, doesn't mean that people are really okay with that. If you are seen as a feminine guy, you are going to be bullied. People are going to be talking ish to you. They're going to be calling you gay or calling you every single word they can think of in the book. And the same thing applies to women too, who are considered masculine. I don't know if you guys know Simone Biles. She's an amazing Olympic athlete. She's like a gold medalist. Like, I don't know how much gold medal she has, but I know she has a lot. And to be an athlete at such a high level that Simone's at, you have to have a certain type of body. She has a more muscular body because she is a gymnast. So, you know, she has muscles and she has abs. And I always see guys commenting and being like, oh, like, that's not cute. Why does she have abs? That's too masculine. Guys don't like that. I'm just like, it's so crazy because she doesn't have abs for you. She does not exist to be attractive to you. Even though exhibiting masculine energy as a woman is totally fine, people will still use that against you. And I just want to make it clear that I'm not calling Simone masculine just because she has muscles. That does not make you masculine. I just feel like when it comes to masculine energy, appearance should have nothing to do with it. Even when it comes to feminine energy, appearance should have nothing to do with it, but people make it that way. But since we are talking about masculine energy, I just want to give you guys a quick definition just to make sure we are all on the same page. As reported by Living Well Counseling Services, masculine energy is about doing and being action-oriented. Masculine energy is stable and more predictable. The strengths are will, clarity, and focus. This seems to be a widely accepted definition of masculine energy, and after reading this, I guess I am masculine as hell. Because I am very much action oriented. I make a plan, I'm gonna do it. Also, the definition talks about being stable and predictable, and that is very much me. If you have been watching my videos for these last couple of months, I hope you can see that I am stable. I'm normal. Well, normal, maybe not normal, but I am stable. After reading these definitions, I think I'm making myself more confused on what it means to be a masculine person or a feminine person. Honestly, just let me know which one you exhibit more. If you think you exhibit one more than the other, or do you think you're balanced? Just let me know, and let me know your thoughts on the masculine and energy debate. I would say I am balanced, but I have been told that I have a more masculine energy, so there's that. Anyways, so in pop culture, a high value woman is seen as marriage material. Side note, I really hate that term because it's just so heavily applied to women and tries to dictate how women should live their lives just so they can get married, as if marriage is the end goal for every single woman. But that term marriage material is never applied to men the same way it's applied to women. That's why I have beef with that term. Square up. As I was saying, a high value woman is seen as marriage material, and she is one of the most sought after partners for men. Men are typically drawn to high value women because they recognize their own worth and they don't rely on external validation from others. So women who choose to always post themselves on social media are considered to be seeking external validation from others, and these are not the type of woman that these men want. I'll show you a video that explains this further.
A woman that has value is not going to put herself on the internet for any man to just be able to comment and say, oh, you're beautiful, you're this, you're that. Because them compliments don't flatter her. They don't make her, because she values herself higher than what men think of her. She rates herself. And a lot of women don't have that. So they're actually coming on social media to try and build their confidence. And by building that confidence, it's a dangerous place, because social media, most men have got ill intentions.
So my first issue with this video is how he starts his sentence. So he says, a woman that has value. Pump the brakes. Stop the car. Everyone has value. Every human being has value. Once you're born into this planet Earth, you have value. Who are we to assign different levels of value to different types of people based on such minute things, such as posting yourself on Instagram? And when I was talking to Alina about this, she said that everyone has value unless you do something absolutely horrendous that creates suffering for other people. Like, well, I don't want to give any examples because I probably can't even say it on YouTube, but just think of like very terrible things that you could do to another human being. Think of that. But posting yourself online is not horrendous, contrary to popular belief. It is not horrendous, and you still have value if you choose to do that. But going back to the video, so he says that women go on social media to build up their self-confidence by getting compliments from men. I can't talk for every woman, but I'm gonna say that 99.9% of us do not do that. And it's very aggravating. This idea that women post or just exist for male attention is so aggravating. Getting compliments from men is not our only purpose in life, believe it or not. In fact, I actually hate them. Well, okay, I'm not gonna say I hate them, but it just depends on what's said and how it's said, and if you expect anything in return for just giving out a compliment. If it's respectful, I have nothing wrong with that, but if you comment, sit on my face, you shall be blocked. It's not only men who think like this though. Sadia Khan is a psychologist, and she has talked about what it means to be a high value woman a lot. And I won't lie, she speaks very elegantly, and she just sounds so calm and sophisticated when she speaks. It just feels like everything she's saying is right just because of the way she says it. But I do disagree with a lot of things that she has been saying about what it means to be a high value woman. She also believes that women should not be posting themselves either. And let me just show you what I mean.
I think when you're with a good guy and he treats you well and he's really kind to you, but if you're a chaotic woman, you always need validation from other men. You always need reminding that you can be with other men whenever you need it. But if you're a woman who's so happy to stop all of that, just to be with one man, you'll stop posting. If your woman is still posting, there's a part of her that doesn't feel totally satisfied with the love you give her, and it's not got nothing to do with you. It might be to do with her own insecurities before she entered the relationship.
I really disagree with the idea that once you get into a relationship, you have to stop posting. And I wholeheartedly disagree with the idea that women post for men. Do you guys ever think that maybe we just want to post these pictures because we like how we look? Do you think that everything is done for your eyes? Because it's not. And I can think of a lot of women who are in relationships or even married, and they seem to be very happy and very satisfied, and they still post themselves. Sure, there might be a few cases of women who do think like that. That's a possibility. I can accept that. But to go on to generalize every single woman out there and say that we only post for external validation is just wrong. Off the top of my head, I can think of Jackie Aina. I used to watch her all the time when I was younger, and she actually taught me how to do my makeup. But she's a well-known beauty influencer, makeup artist, and entrepreneur. And Jackie is engaged, and she looks extremely happy within her relationship. Her and her fiance are truly couple goals, and she still posts herself online, as she should, because she looks good. So make it make sense. Jackie is already proving your theory wrong. And unfortunately, I do have to include Andrew Tate in this video. Yeah. Even though I really don't like him and I don't like what he stands for, he does have a lot of influence, and he has talked about what it means to be a high value woman and man a lot. And I do want to show some clips of him talking about it, because his definitions of what it means to be a high value woman and man are also widely accepted from a large audience, because he does have a large following. But before I play a clip of Andrew Tate, I just want to give a quick recap of who he is if you don't know who he is, but you have definitely heard about him at least once, because he is very popular and he has millions of followers all over the internet. Andrew Tate was a former kickboxer who was quite successful at it actually, and after he retired, he ventured into various business endeavors and gained attention for his appearances on reality television shows. He is best known for his outspoken and controversial views, particularly in the areas of self-help, motivation, and masculinity. So now that you know a little bit about Andrew, let me show you the video.
Because to become a high-value man, you need to have so many different qualities and so many different capabilities. It's a very difficult thing to do. You need to be funny and smart and charismatic and interesting with stories and strong and rich with a nice car and a nice apartment. Whereas to be a high value female, you need to be hot. If you're nice, it's a bonus, but it's not even that necessary.
That's it.
You know what's interesting? He says high value man, but instead of saying high value woman, he says high value female. If you're going to say female, why not say male as well? And if you're gonna say man, why not say woman as well? And let me just say, I hate men who call women females, yet don't call other men males. Men who call women females use it as a derogatory way to criticize women, and you cannot tell me otherwise. Unless you are out here calling men males, then there is no reason to be calling women females. Capiche? Anyways, Andrew goes on to explain a long list of what it means to be a high value man, which is also harmful to men as well. Just because you don't have your whole life figured out, you're not a multi-millionaire, doesn't make you low value. And Andrew makes it seem like these people are lazy and they're not working hard enough, but we all have to keep it a buck. Hard work is not the only way to become successful or rich. Hard work is important, but also luck as well. It has to be the right timing and everything, and connections. Like, there's so many ways you can get ahead of the game.
There's so many ways to get paid
and not have to work as hard, but hard work is still important. But let's not act like it's the only thing that's gonna make you super rich or super successful. But when Andrew goes on to explain what it means to be a high value woman, all he says is that you have to be hot. Do I really need to explain why that is just so wrong? And he says the amount of messages that you get on Instagram from men also plays a role in whether you are a high value woman, or should I say high value female. When we have ideas like this being preached so loudly and boldly on the internet, how can you blame women for wanting to maintain their appearance or wanting to get cosmetic procedures to look better? Anyways, if you take away anything from this video, please let it be this: don't listen to anything Andrew Tate says. Thank you. But I hope you have a thorough understanding of what it means to be a high value woman. And if I had to summarize it into one sentence, I would say that a high value woman, from what I've seen on the internet, is a lady who dresses elegantly, does not post herself online for male attention, has her shit together, is the most productive person ever to live on planet Earth. But the most important characteristic of being a high value woman is to be hot. Part 2, empowerment or cult. I think in the previous section, I made it clear that I am not here for this high value woman BS, and sometimes it do be feeling like a cult. I will not lie. So I want to explain my reasoning in this section, so let's get into it, yeah. First, let's define what a cult is. Cult is a term, in most contexts pejorative, for a relatively small group which is typically led by a charismatic and self-appointed leader who tightly controls its members, requiring unwavering devotion to a set of beliefs and practices which are considered deviant. When I think of the high value woman and high value man community, I can't think of just one face, so I wouldn't say that the community has a leader. Maybe Andrew Tate could be considered like the leader for what it means to be a high value man, and maybe Sadia Khan could be the leader of what it means to be a high value woman, but still there are so many faces within this discussion of being a high value woman or man, so I'm not going to give one person the leadership role. And I'm not saying that this community is a cult. Like, that's not a fact. It's just my opinion. I think that, but it's not a fact. I mean, everything that I talk about is my opinion for the most part. Some things are just facts. But cults have been around for a long time, and one of the most famous cult leaders is Jim Jones. He was the founder and leader of the People's Temple, and on November 18th, 1978, he ordered all of his followers to unalive themselves, resulting in the deaths of over 900 people, including children. So yeah, cults are not it, but this is like a very extreme version of what it means to be a cult. The high value woman community is not similar to this in any way, shape, or form. Well, maybe a little bit. Like Andrew Tate, like his followers are kind of crazy though. They be doing anything he says. So like low key. But I thought I would just give a quick explanation of what it means to be a cult if you are a little bit unfamiliar with them. So let's pinpoint what gives off these cult-like vibes within this community. I mean, the rigid adherence to certain ideals, the pressure to conform, and the almost evangelistic promotion of a specific lifestyle. These are just a few things that make me raise my eyebrows. So there's this firm devotion to a set of ideals that seem non-negotiable. And some of these ideals include looking hot, working out, being strong, having a lot of money, just to name a few. And it's not about embracing individuality. Nope, not at all. Instead, there's this unwavering demand for conformity, leaving little room for personal expression. Because if you now go and post yourself on social media, they're gonna call you attention seeking and that you're disloyal to your partner. Furthermore, the pressure to conform adds an additional layer to this dynamic. It's not an invitation to share common ground. It's a palpable expectation that you fit into these predetermined molds, such as dressing like a pretty elegant lady, always having your nails done, dating multi-millionaires, like the list goes on and on and on and on. The fear of judgment or rejection for not adhering strictly enough to the established standards can be a powerful source, fostering a sense of conformity that may seem unnatural. Because tell me, who do you know that has all their shit together? Like literally, who? Like, do y'all know someone personally who has everything together? They're always on point, their brain's on point, everything's on point. If you do, let me know, because that person does not exist. Even these life coaches that give so much advice on how to be a better person or how to level up, I bet you half of them are not even taking their own advice. In fact, I know they're not, because I don't know if you guys know the relationship coach or expert. I don't know if he's considered a life coach or a relationship expert or a relationship coach. Either way, his name is Derek Jackson. So he's a relationship expert, author, and social media personality known for providing relationship advice, particularly targeting a female audience. He gained popularity for his candid and straightforward videos discussing various aspects of relationships. So let me just show y'all one.
So say you two get in an argument, or maybe not an argument, you just bring one of your concerns to his attention. It doesn't matter how carefully or tactfully you word that concern. It doesn't matter how patient you are to wait for the right time and place to talk about it. Not only does he deny any accountability, he turns it back around on you so that you're at fault. Somehow you're to blame.
So that clip was just one of his many clips on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram as well. You can go search it up yourself, but it's just so funny that he's giving women advice on how to find the right guy when he was caught cheating on his wife multiple times. Like, I think with over 100 women. I think though, don't quote me. He's out here talking about how to spot a narcissist when he's literally one. Well, I can't diagnose him, but from my observations, I think it's likely. This is why I really cannot take life coaches, relationship experts, people who are supposed to make you feel more confident. I can't take them seriously. Like, I'll be honest, I don't trust them. I just really don't trust them. I feel like therapy is a way better investment rather than seeking out these random people on the internet to help you feel more confident or to become a high value person or to have more success while you're dating. Also, I feel like it's very easy for people to be taken advantage of within these type of situations because a lot of these influencers offer courses and they also offer one-on-one appointments that you can schedule with them to help you become more confident. And if you're seeking out ways to become more confident, you're already in a vulnerable position. So I feel like it's very easy for them to keep taking your money and keep making you book appointments or pay for their courses because you are already in a quite vulnerable state. I'm not saying that every influencer that I mentioned in today's video or shown in the video is doing that, but it is very possible. I remember when I lost my TikTok account, that was like last year. I don't really talk about it that much. Like, I mentioned it a couple times, but whenever I mention it, I'm like laughing and like whatever. But it actually hurts. Like, when I lost my TikTok account, like, it was actually quite sad because I lost it on my birthday. So it was an amazing birthday present. I have been creating content for a very, very long time, and I've always wanted to create content. I knew that that's what I wanted to do, but I was never having success with it. And then finally TikTok came around and I hopped on it and I started getting success. And I was so excited because this was my first time actually building a group of followers of over 1,000. Like, I think I had 15,000 followers when my account got deleted by TikTok, but that was huge to me because that was my first time ever reaching 1,000 followers anywhere. So it made me really happy that my TikTok finally had taken off. However, when it got deleted, that really broke me. I was really upset and I was just so angry when it happened. And I was in a quite vulnerable state because I was trying my best to get it back. And I was just trying to, keep the journey alive. But, on TikTok, people don't care about you. Like, if you got deleted, people are probably not even gonna notice. I'm sure a lot of people didn't even notice that I got my account deleted. But I was very angry and desperate during that time. And this influencer guy came around and he's like, hey, I can help you get 50,000 followers on TikTok in just 1 month. You just have to buy my course. And obviously it sounds very much fake. It sounds too good to be true. But as I said, I was quite desperate and I really wanted to grow my account back to where it was before. And he was great at selling the market. He was like, yeah, this is just an investment into your future. Just think of all the brand deals you'll get when you have 50,000 followers on TikTok. So I was like, you know what, let me try this out. Let me just get into it. So I paid for the course, I enrolled in it. And let me just tell you, that course was garbage. The videos from that course were pre-filmed and they were filmed like, I think maybe 3 years ago or possibly even 4 years ago. And if we're talking about an app like TikTok, which is constantly evolving, that's too old. Like 3 years, that's way too old. He should have refilmed videos that are more accurate and up to date with how TikTok is. So that's already a red flag. But I didn't figure that out until like halfway through the course. And you could talk to him one-on-one, but his advice was so generic. Like, it was so garbage. Like, literally everything he said, I could have just searched it up on Google and I would have found the exact same thing. And the tea is that he went viral on TikTok. So just because he went viral, he thought that he was qualified enough to become a TikTok expert and start selling courses that are not cheap, by the way, on how to become TikTok famous. When I entered that course, I had 50 followers on my new TikTok account that I made because I couldn't get my old one back. And when I entered the course, I had 100 TikTok followers. Definitely not 50,000 that he promised. But you best believe I emailed him every day until I got my money back. Because I was like, I paid for absolutely garbage. I didn't even grow. It was literally a waste of money. I was emailing him every day. I was like, what's good? Was good. It's funny because he never replied, but one day I just saw the money back in my bank account. It said refund from the course and I was like, period. He knows not to mess with NK. But I will say that there are many courses out there that actually are good and these people are qualified to teach whatever they're teaching. So just make sure you do your research and don't be dumb like me and don't buy anything based on being desperate, I would say. Anyways, when it comes to the high value woman community, there is this almost evangelistic passion surrounding the promotion of the lifestyle that they are preaching about. It's not just about living according to a set of beliefs. It's an insistent declaration that this way of life is not just preferable, but it's superior to any lifestyle out there. The language used in conveying these ideas often takes on an intense, almost missionary zeal. People in this community talk about how doing certain things makes you lose your value, while doing things that they say that are good adds to your value. They are clearly trying to create an idea of low value woman and high value woman. And who are they? Like, literally, as I said before, who are you to say that someone has low value because they do not follow what you believe or what you are preaching? We cannot assign different values to people based on such stupid stuff. The only way you can lose your value as a person, as I said before, is if you do something absolutely terrible that causes suffering to many people, or even just one person too. That's enough. The way that certain influencers talk about the high value and low value lifestyle is just very interesting, because they make it seem like if you follow what they are preaching, then you are more valuable than the next person. And that's just not the case, and that will never be the case. This community is raising a bunch of pompous and self-centered women who feel like they are superior to everyone else. I also remember watching this video. I hope I can find it so I can include it in this video. But basically, this person was talking about what it means to be a high-value woman, and they're mostly focusing on appearance. And they said, as a woman, looking good adds value to your partner.
Confident men love high maintenance women. When you look good, you add to their value, so don't forget that. The girls that get it. And the girls that don't, that's why I'm here for you, babe.
Okay, so basically she was saying that, yeah, if you're a lady and you look good and you're married, you're automatically gonna add value to your partner as an individual because you look good. Does that make any sense? So is being a high value woman all about being a pretty trophy wife, or is it all about being a productive and smart and intuitive individual? Like, y'all are just giving me different definitions. But it's so interesting because the common consensus seems that being a high value woman is all about looks, while being a high value man is about having your shit together and having a lot of money. And it's just very interesting because, actually not interesting, just very dumb, because the way you look does not determine your worth. I really don't see how having an attractive partner, especially for men, so to have an attractive wife or girlfriend, adds to your value. I mean, yes, your partner is a reflection of yourself because you did choose to be with them. However, you still have to remember that you guys are autonomous beings. And defining personal worth based on external factors oversimplifies the complex relationships that humans have. Part 3. How about this? I do not consider myself a life coach, and I actually would be terrible at that because I am still figuring this ish out. But I didn't want to end this video on a bad note, so I thought I would share my advice on how we can engage with this high value woman community in a better way. So let's get into it. Yeah. Spoiler alert, there is no good way to engage within this high value woman or high value man community. This community does not send a good message to young impressionable minds, and also is just tainted with a bunch of stupid and just, honestly, yeah, I'm gonna say stupid. It's tainted with a lot of stupid advice from these people. But I will say this, looking good as a woman is very beneficial, and it's gonna help you in the long run. You can easily get more opportunities, and you can just get through more doors just by the way you look. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it is a thing. So I can agree when these women say to invest in yourself and to look good. However, looking good or looking better than the next person does not add to your value as a person. The way you look does not add value to yourself. So please, if you don't take anything away from this video, forget what I said about Andrew Tate. If you don't take away anything from this video, let it be this: the way you look does not determine your value. And I would say that my biggest issue with this community is the fact that they try to assign different values to people based on reasons that are so stupid. You're not going to lose your value if you decide to show your booty cheeks and go out, or if you decide to post yourself online. You're not. And to think you're better than someone because you don't engage in that behavior is just dumb. let people live. But as I said, yes, I can agree with some things in the videos that I showed you guys today. I can agree with some things that those people were saying, but there is a fine line of trying to improve yourself versus being so obsessed with self-improvement. Having a balanced diet, taking care of your mental health, drinking your water, and focusing on ways to evolve in your career or financially is important, and I feel like it's something that we should all work towards achieving. But we should all work towards achieving this in our own ways. And whichever way you choose to go about it, it does not add more value to you or it does not devalue you. You hear me? Self-improvement is important, but let's not become obsessed with it because that is actually counterproductive. Haven't y'all not watched Black Swan or Whiplash? If you have not watched those movies, you should definitely watch them because it gives you a good idea of why you should not be so obsessed with perfection and being that perfect person. Anyways, thank you so much for watching today's video. I appreciate you. Let me know your thoughts on what it means to be a high-value woman or a high-value man. I'm very curious. Let me know. And just let me know if you agree with me or you disagree. I'm very excited to see what you guys have to say. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's discussion. I hope to see you next week or in 2 weeks, girl, because sometimes it be taking me a while to get these videos out. And thank you once again to Alina for recommending today's video topic. I found it super interesting and I really enjoyed researching it and also talking about it. And also, if you guys have a video suggestion that you want me to do, please let me know. I would say comment it down below, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna read it. So your best bet is to just message me on Instagram. And yeah, we can have a little conversation, kiki it up. And if I think that your suggestion is a good one for this channel, then who knows, I might just do it. And before we close today's video, I also want to thank CyberGhost VPN for making today's video possible. This application ensures your data remains secure and grants full access to blocked internet content. Don't miss out on this exclusive offer made just for you. You can find the link in the pinned comment down below or the description box. Start safeguarding yourself online today. But anyways, thank you guys so much for making it to the end of this video. I really do appreciate you, and I'm gonna see you next week or in 2 weeks, as I said. So yeah, bye. You're ugly.